What is up? Today we are back with some Flyest Raven Holden Miller gameplay. You can find this VOD and all of his great VODs on Holden's Twitch at Flyest Raven. Shoutouts to Holden, the absolute GOAT. I tried to find some more gameplay of him playing versus other decks with Queen because you guys seem to really love that Queen gameplay. However, from what I was seeing, at least in this VOD, he was literally just playing versus Shanks. But there was a comment asking for some Lucci gameplay on the channel, so we're going to go ahead and watch this Lucci versus Doflamingo, and it looks like Holden is running that Tashigi. Also interesting that he mulliganed that last hand. On one hand, I definitely get it. Like, we really are not looking to have double Kaido. On the other hand, Spandam, Brook, Rebecca, pretty good when we're going first. So me personally, I think I would have kept, but Holden is the Lucci GOAT, so we're going to go ahead and trust his judgment on this. Oh my goodness, we're fumbling. We're fumbling. It's okay, we're still in it. This hand, to me, seems a bit worse. This Tashigi is just a 1k counter. Tempest Kick isn't going to be live for a while. Lucci, of course, is extraordinary, but then just a couple 2Ks. So I wonder if Holden regrets keeping it all. We're going to go ahead and... Honestly, I like poking 5 here. Almost regardless of what we do, I like poking 5 here. But, you know, fair enough. Also, an interesting discussion that Holden and I had was about whether or not you're supposed to pop the Sengoku or the other one drop, like the Buggy or the Perona. The consensus was Holden disagrees, both with me and with himself, which is he thinks you basically roll a dice and decide. So we're going to go ahead and swing 6 at this Boa. This sort of situation is why I like swinging 5 last turn, because if the Doflamingo player is going to be foolish enough to counter the 5, I feel like you're pretty thrilled. Ooh, we're going to go ahead and draw 2 off of this Law. I do like the way that this Doflamingo player is playing thus far. They've got a big hand, a big hand. And it helps that so far we have not really played the game yet as Holden. I assume we're going to be grabbing back the Brook and bottom decking, yeah, probably the Kaido and the Mancherry. Oh no, we're grabbing back the Shirahoshi. Okay. And we're just going to go ahead and remove this. Yeah, probably we don't need 2 Shirahoshis. I would love to know from your guys' perspective as players who have tried Lucci, what do you guys think of some of these tech cards? What do you guys think of Tashigi? What do you think of Shirahoshi? What do you think of Mancherry? All of these being cards that didn't really see play before. But there's a lot to explore with Lucci now. Oh, and we're just going to ignore the Mancherry. That seems a bit nuts to me. But maybe the plan was we're going to swing 8 at life and we have a pudding in hand. So if our opponent elects to take this and then they also Mancherry the following turn, like their hand's going to be huge, and then we'll pudding them. And we'll probably be able to just like swing the Sengoku into the Mancherry for free, because our Lucci opponent's probably going to focus on double clearing our 4 drops. Yeah, and this is where Shirahoshi really shines, is like when you don't find Rebecca, which I think is one of the biggest problems with the Lucci deck, is like what happens if you just don't find Rebecca. Wow, okay, so swinging 5 here. This has got to be a Kaido. Yeah, Kaido. Yeah. Wow. How many cards are in this Dofi player's hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You don't see an 11 card hand too often. And we kind of burned a lot of our reduction last turn. 10 is not an easy thing to deal with as Lucci anymore without the Ice Age, you really have to be set up. You have to have, you know, a Stussy or a Kaido plus an event, or, you know, Rebecca, Hina, Lucci plus an event. Like, it's not as easy as it used to be, where you could just Ice Age bing, you know. So Holden, I'm not seeing the line personally. Wait. Maybe we can. No, I'm not seeing the line. I'm not seeing the line at all. If there's a way to do it, I don't know what it is. We're going to go ahead and just try and rush them down now, saying, hey, we'll go 9-9, put you down to 2. I can't afford for this game to go too long, because if it does, this Kaido is going to get infinite value. And the Doflamingo electing to counter out. Honestly, I don't think I actually like countering there. If we have any sort of like blocker plays or anything. Was this a blind rip? Oh, it's because we're a gravity blade. Yeah, I would have actually really liked to take that previous one, I think. Our hand would be so big that, like, it's hard for me to imagine that Holden is going to be allowed to swing much bigger than 9 multiple times, because we know we're going to clear the board. And it's like, how do I explain this? Holden's not going to be able to both develop the board and swing big at the same time, because he has no large characters. But I think we're actually going to be able to remove this Kaido here, it looks like, perhaps. Yeah, because -4, -3. Yeah, we're going to be able to clear this Kaido. And just like that, the hand of the Doflamingo has kind of disappeared. Again, this is kind of why I wasn't in... Oh my god, he's doing it again. Holy shit. Yo, Kaido's going fucking bonkers right now. The king of the battlefield. Lucci, I know you think you're him, but not compared to this big guy. Okay, so we could have had a guaranteed clear on Kaido next turn, but we can actually clear it here. We actually have been able to find the pieces that we need to clear it. So this is... I think this is actually going to go the way of the Doflamingo if he has a Gecko. If he has a Gecko, or like maybe a double Boa, he's going to be able to put a lot of bodies on the board here. Really just 3, but he's going to be able to clear the... I was going to say the Brook. Interesting that we're swinging like this. Maybe we're willing to... Oh, Patchwork has kind of a nice trigger. Interesting that we're not swinging the Mihawk here. Interesting that we're not swinging the Mihawk here. I for sure feel like I lean towards swinging the Mihawk at the Brook. I'm not sure about that. Maybe Pirate Boy feels like he has a win condition of if he's just able to stick one standing character this turn, he knows it's going to take a few cards out of Holden's hand. And if that happens, if he's able to bounce whatever blocker Holden plays, then Holden just won't have enough cards to survive. So maybe he's like, look, I'll let him keep the Brook at this point in the game. I don't think he can triple remove with that small of a hand size. And then I'm just going to goob him next turn. That said, though, is there a way to triple remove here? I don't think so. I don't think so. We would need another way to reduce, and I don't think we have it. So this Mihawk is going to stick, something that potentially might not have happened if we did swing with it, but I don't know. We only have to give up 3 cards to protect this gecko. Would be the same thing with the Mihawk. And if we had removed the Brook, they would have only got to clear 1 thing instead of 2. So I feel like, you know, thinking about really like, okay, what's Lucci's best plays? I feel like we were supposed to swing it because I don't know how Holden could have, with Low Dawn, removed the 3 bodies, or removed 2 bodies. Like, the theoretical cheapest way for him to remove 2 bodies would be like Tempest Kick, like Rebecca Spandine. Does that even get there? I don't know. It takes kind of a lot of Dawn, and we have a lot of cards, so if we're not bricked up, I feel like we could have always predicted. Okay, starting with a 5. Starting with a 5. What's going on here? Okay. Okay, they have 2. They have 2. Okay. Okay. Yep, and Holden sees the writing on the wall and concedes. Yo, that was a crazy game. If you want to see Holden's deck list, I believe he has shared it on Twitter. So go check him out at Flyest Raven on Twitter. That was a crazy game. Double Perfume, I have not seen that at all in this metagame. That definitely caught me by surprise. Double Kaido, you don't see that too often, but it came in huge in this matchup. So maybe something to consider for all the Doflamingo players to consider. And also Patchwork coming up over and over again throughout the course of the game. Not something you see all Lucci players teching, but it was pretty nice along with that Shirahoshi. So a lot of different tech choices that we saw throughout that match that seemed, you know, pretty important, pretty relevant. So I don't know. I think that was pretty interesting. A little throwback to 09. Thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.